Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, I am installing human hair crochet that I've already installed, taken out, and now I'm reusing said human hair crochet. Now I get this question a ton. Can you reuse it? Now I first get the question, can you remove it? Well, I've answered that in two different ways, showing you two different methods on removing it. Then the question is always going to be, with the price tag, can you reuse it and it look good? Can you reuse it and it look good? And I've always said yes. However, it's just a theory. It's just a theory because I know you can take it out. My assumption is you can put it back in. However, we're testing that assumption today. Today's video is not sponsored though. Let me get this off rip though. People are going to be like, is today's video sponsored? It's not sponsored. The company ain't paying me. I'm not getting no funds. If this is a disaster, I always tell you in the install, I'll tell you the review, but trust and know that this is my own opinion. And what makes it even so more my opinion is the fact that this wasn't supposed to be today's video. I got up yesterday just knowing I was about to install a hair that was going to be sponsored. I was going to be installing the Eayon Jerry Curl hair. I was going to be installing this hair. I didn't even think too much of it. I hadn't taken a look at this. If I'm being honest, I dyed it back in 2025. And then you know how 2026 has been for me. I'm not going to rehash it, but it's been a year. So finally I took it out the bag and I said, okay, time to use it. I'm not feeling it. And I was honest with the brand as well. And I tell you, this is how you know I'm honest with the brand. I was like, I would put this in my head, but I can't even fake enthusiasm. I'm not that good of an actress, honey. I work a 9 to 5. I did not take that influencer course where you have to pretend you love something even if you don't love it. And I've liked a lot from Eayon, so don't get me wrong. I love their tight curly. I think they have some good hair. This hair, their Jerry Curl, and this is not a bashing on them video, so please don't take it as such. I hope they don't run across this video and be like, I just want to be candid with my audience. Like, I told the brand I will send them back these bundles. I don't want to keep them. But this is what I was supposed to put in my hair today. I always set up my nighttime before my filming setup. I take the hair out. I like to be very ready. I have my microphone placed on the table. At my table, I put this hair on here. I said, I can't do that. So what am I going to do? Because I do have this braid down. Monica, I have actually new braid down person. Monica did my braid down. Monica had done my silk presses. I just found her this year, or maybe December of last year, for my silk presses. I love her. You guys have seen the silk presses that I wore for the first couple months of this year. And I was like, I hate to lose that relationship until I get silk presses again, you know? I was like, dang it, we was just bonding. So I just said, can you do a braid down? Can you do me a braid down? Maybe I keep on your train if you can do a braid down. So she did my braid down. She did leave out more than I normally would, but that's just trial and error. I'm turning, we watching TV. I'm not realizing how much is being left out, but she left out quite a bit more than I normally, you know. Kish knows my braid down. She knows I want a little sliver. Monica and me, we gonna get connected and locked in on the next one. So I was going through the hair that I had, and I know if you're new to this channel, I'm chatty. I give you backstory so you know it's not just I'm trying to sell you something. I'm a girl who's a conversationist. I got to give you the backstory on why today's video exists. Yeah, she left out a little bit more hair than I wanted, and so I was trying to think of what I could do. I was trying to think of what can get me through in the next couple of weeks. I know y'all have been asking for me to reuse crochet hair, and I was like, why not? Why not? So I'm going to reuse some hair. People ask how I store human hair after I take it out my head. I put it back in the bag it came in, but it's hard because I just, have a ball of hair in there. I don't do anything special. I don't do anything, particularly well. This is just it. And because I didn't plan on making this video today, I did not pre-wash this hair or do anything. It was literally after I got my braid down. I got home maybe around 10 o'clock last night and then had to pivot. So I decided, okay, let's go through my hair thing, and it hasn't been washed. So when you see me take it out in my takedown video, this is it. Same. The strand is the strand that you saw on the day that I took it out. Nothing's been done. to any of this hair. What hair I have in particular, you may ask. So I have a couple of different options. The thing about when you're taking out crochet hair is that it's also different lengths, is what I've realized. Is like the front sometimes is a little bit shorter, the length is different. So when you're installing it, I'm installing not the exact lengths I had in these hair when I put them in my head. That's the tricky part as well. Now, today's hair and this smorgasbord of hair, I do have 3 different hair that I've installed from Ywigs on this channel before. Now, the first one being the water curly. I love the water curly. That was one of my favorite hair of 2025. It was tied with Eayon's kinky curly. So Eayon does have great hair. Maybe not her Jerry curl, but it was the water curly. So you saw that hair. I dyed that hair. Beautiful hair. I also in this pile have a hair I just recently tried, the Spanish curl by Ywigs as well. I love that hair more recently. Wore it for 4 weeks. I wore the water curly for 8 weeks. I wore the Spanish curl for 4 weeks. And then also in this mix, it's 3 mixes. I have the number 4 water wave from Ywigs. I wore that this past December, the holiday season. I didn't wear it for as long as I would have liked to. I like the hair. It just I had to get my silk presses going. I had to go back to Monica and get my silk presses going. So that's why I didn't wear that one as long as I did water curly. So we have one hair that I wore for 8 weeks, one hair that I wore for 4, and one that I wore for 2, all in this pile right here. I could do just one. I could just do one. Like I could just reinstall the water curly, but I want variety. Today's video is just something I wanted to do. Like this isn't like again, it's not sponsored. I could be not doing this Saturday. Like I could be chilling right now, but I turned on the camera and I decided to film for you today. If you want to see me install these 3 different hair over again in a reused situation, just keep watching. Again, I have a little bit of leave out, a lot of bit of leave out. We're going to also work with how that's going to merge in. Just keep watching. As mentioned, all of this was decided within 12 hours. So I literally decided the night before that I was installing reused hair. So there is no prep in this hair beforehand. The time I removed it from the head, I put it in the bag. Now I'm removing it from the bag and now I'm going to put it back in my head. So as you can imagine, some strands are good to go. Some need a little bit more work. To aid in that, I do have a spray bottle of water and a little bit of oil. I'm going to pick and choose which hair needs what. Don't advise you to go straight from, taking it out your head to putting it back in. I do suggest you wash in between, but that wasn't the situation we had here today. Once the hair is situated, it's time for me to do what I always do, and that is install. And all I'm going to do to install is push the crochet needle through my braid, attach the hair, then pull both the hair and the needle through. A loop is created, pull my hair through that loop twice, and repeat that process over and over again. The only added step is that, again, some of this hair got some balls, got some little, flyaways, got some situations going on. I'm going to take care of it first. Then I'm going to repeat the process of pushing the needle through my braid, attaching the hair, creating a loop, and then pulling the hair through twice. Also realizing I have a crazy amount of leave out, I did get a clip to put that away, but I'm continuing this process on. And if you ask if there's a rhyme or reason to how I install, like was it one water wave, then one Spanish, then water curly, then blah, 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 blah. No, there was no rhyme or reason. I was just picking up strands, honey. I didn't know what the end result was going to be. I didn't do, 2 parts Spanish, 1 part water wave. I was just grabbing and going. And through this process, yeah, there were some strands where I found them. I was like, oh, can't save her. She does not want to be saved. This hair gots to go. And so, yes, some strands were not able to be reused. I don't know what may have happened, but we're not going to solve that. That goes in the trash can. My install, I found some of the Eayon deep wave hair. I had this hair in the color 42730, and I was like, since I'm just combining a lot of things, why not? What's one more hair? Now, some of the hair, because it was a colored hair, was looking a little bit janky, but I was like, well, I can make it work. I feel like I can make it work.
Make a move on. I will.
So this is the finished look of the smorgasbord of hair that I have in my head. Again, for reference, I'm going to put on the side of the screen, I'll put right here beside me what hair I have in and then what length I originally had each hair in. Now, I think the longest of them was that Spanish and maybe that water wave too, that number 4 water wave. Maybe both of those were like 2020. Why am I trying to guess again? Real future me who's doing the research. The Talia right now is like, I'm just focused on getting the hair in my head. Future me gonna put the lengths and all of that. And again, I have individual installs, individual reviews, and some takedowns for each of the hair that you saw me put in my head. So if you want to know how standalone those hair do, honey, the videos are there. Like, I'm nothing but thorough. If you saw the length of this video, I'm nothing but thorough. But overall, like it. Again, this was not what I thought 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, I knew I had the Jerry curling. Like, all week I had been hyping it up. I was talking to my boo. I was like, babe, you ain't even gonna recognize me. My hair gonna be so totally different now that he knows about Lia Lavon. I told him about Lia Lavon and my fact that I had a channel like 2 months in. I was just trying to, gear him up because he was used to silk press me. And then when I knew I was about to be doing when the crochet was coming back, I had to let him know. So he just like, what you got going on all this time? So I let him know. And when I had hyped it up this week, I was like, I'm gonna have a curly. He was like, it's gonna be different. I was like, I mean, it's gonna be curly because I thought I was gonna have that Jerry curl in. And then he gonna see me tonight, and he gonna be like, I thought it kind of looked similar because I think I tried to concentrate the Spanish curl, which is the hair I just took out this week. Took it out Friday night, went got my braid down, like went straight from braid down to put in my head, and then I went from that to now I have Spanish really in my head again. So I haven't even gone 48 hours without having Spanish curling. So I tried to concentrate that in my leave out, just because I just experienced it with leave out. The number 4 from the water wave is probably the majority in my head though. Like that's the hair I tried to focus the majority throughout, just because that's the hair I wore the least out of all of these. Like I feel like that's the hair I didn't give the most try, but I thought I liked the most. So number 4 water wave is in my head a lot. And even you remember the takedown, if you saw the takedown of that, I was even commenting at one point in the video that it really matched my hair color really well. I didn't have leave out for the water wave, but I was like, is this, like, there was a part in that video if you watch it. And overall, this is about a third of the way through. I'd say a third of the way took me, 40 minutes if we're doing the math. And then I still have the rest of my hair to go. And also, why does these colors look similar? Like, I didn't even dye this hair. This is the natural color of this hair. This was just a number 4. Is my hair a 4 or a 30? Why in this light is it looking similar? But let's continue on this process. I was like, not this being my hair color. Like, I didn't realize it because my hair is a 30, but I was like, sometimes in some lights it looks a little fuller. I don't know. So I thought it doesn't hurt that I have leave out. And then probably what I have the least in my head is the Eayon hair, that color hair that I'm not, I think it was the deep wave. It was that colorful hair. I just wanted a shimmer of that 27 blonde color. I didn't want the blonde to overtake it. As I was getting halfway through and I was putting a little bit of the water curly in, and the water curly I felt like was getting drowned by the other curls. That's why I started adding those blonde pieces in, because I felt like, oh, I want to have three distinct things, and the water curly just wasn't shining. And I was like, water curly I had in for 8 weeks. Y'all saw that hair in Chicago. Did I think they had in New York too? I took that hair everywhere last year. That was the longest wearing, I think, hair that I wore in 2025. Y'all seen how it does by itself. I'll let the other three shine. Now the question I'm going to get is how many packs I use. That's the hard part, because I was pulling from every single strand. If you watch all three, almost all four, the water curly, the deep wave, the water wave, and the Spanish curl video, I tell you I don't use more than 2 packs. I've never used more than 2, and 2 packs is like 4 plastic bundles. I think as long as you have 2 packs worth of hair, which is 200 strands, that is good enough. This is my first time reusing them all. The thought process is that you should be able to reuse and reuse and reuse over and over again. But I'm not gonna just take this hair out like as soon. Like I honestly, I was trying to look at the calendar. I think I'm probably gonna have to keep this hair in for 6 weeks, because I have back to back. I got Arizona soon. I got graduation season. My sister's graduating. I'm looking at the weekends. She becoming a nurse too, so I got a pinning ceremony and the actual ceremony. I'm like, that weekend's gone. Arizona weekend's gone. My best friend's birthday week. Like I got things going on where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this hair for a while, which is why I wanted something that looked good. That's why I wasn't gonna play games with that Jerry curl. I live a real life outside of this, so I'm not one of them content creators who put the hair in and just, I could take it out too. I need to wear it. I did double knot this hair all throughout. It took me roughly, though, I'd say 2 hours, just because, again, each strand, some strands were better than others. Like some held up well. Like I'm pulling this out just at random. This hair held up well, but if I pull out another one, you know, this hair maybe didn't hold up as well. So, you know, some hair worked out well. Oh, there's a couple strands. So some hair held up phenomenally, some didn't. And with that, I started like spraying some, but not, I realized going through, not all of them required that. And then I'd also use a little bit of hair oil. But again, this, my preference, I would tell y'all, probably take care of the hair on the front end. Like before you decide to reinstall it after you've taken it out, wash it, do all that stuff beforehand. I'm overall liking the look, but I'm not going to leave you here. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I will review the hair probably in a more informal fashion, though, because I've reviewed these. I've talked about this hair over and over again. And it's hard to give a decision on if a hair is being bad or good when you have multiple in your head. But I'll do a review, child. I'll always do a review. So I won't leave you hanging. And leave me some questions down below too, because I'll have this hair in for a while and I want to answer your questions in that review video. So if you feel like I didn't touch on everything, it's okay. I'll see you later and I'll read the questions that you leave down below. So leave them down below. And while you're down there, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up even if you didn't. We want all the love and support over here on this channel, as well as we want you to subscribe so you don't miss a thing that happens on this channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 to keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at Lia Lavon, which is a few more shenanigans and a bit more real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.